party people! It's your favorite party girl here, Fire Ember, and I am back today with another special guest. That's right, I've decided to sit down with some of Premier Wrestling superstars and get the answers to some burning questions that are on people's minds. And mine mostly, because, yeah, I'm nosy like that, right? So, tonight, I am sitting down with none other than Overload's heavyweight champion. He's big, he's bold, and his ego is the size of Asia. So grab your drinks and let's get ready for a wild ride as we chat with the only name you need to know, Derek Zane. Let's dive in. Welcome to the party, champ.
Obviously, Fire, this is a big momentous moment for you to be seated next to the greatness that is Zane. Drink it in. Drink it in, every last drop, and not like that swill that you got swimming around in that glass. This is what true top shelf greatness looks like. And you know it.
Yes, there is definitely no doubt that you are the champ. That belt, yeah, it does look nice on the shoulder. But, so we're just going to dig right in here with this. Because since you've won that pretty title, we've all noticed some changes in you, Mr. Zane. Some might say you appear a little apprehensive before matches. And with that being said, are you worried going into Full Circle that you could lose your title?
Piss on that question, piss on that notion. Derek Zane fears no man. Derek Zane fears no force. Derek Zane fears not any god of any savage or civilization. What you perceive to be a change is merely in your own perceptions. Derek Zane has always been. Derek Zane always will be. Derek Zane is who Derek Zane is. That said, there are thoughts that are rolling around in Derek Zane's mind about what's going down this season. And let's be honest here, Fire. You are not innocent. You and those two other babbling idiots, one less so, the other tall beanpole that had to get a slap to the mouth to understand what his place in this pecking order is. You asking Derek Zane, is Derek Zane afraid of losing the belt? Derek Zane is not afraid of losing the belt. What Derek Zane is afraid of is the powers up above that are pushing pieces around the board to screw Derek Zane out of this wonderful title that he so rightfully earned with his own blood, sweat, and tears.
So you don't think that you should be putting your belt on the line? You don't want to be a working champion.
Derek Zane has no problem. Derek Zane has no problem at all putting the belt on the line for quality opponents. Chris Hollywood is not quality opponent. Uncle Bobby is not quality opponent. These are two individuals that got shoved to the front of the line. And you know what? Little Witchy Poo might be the one that set this in motion, but I have no doubt in Derek Zane's mind that this stems from all the way up to the top, from old Piss Pants himself, Vince Aftermath. Look, you like to drink honey, Derek Zane's going to give you some tea. Vince Aftermath and Derek Zane go long time back, way before the start of Premier, when Vince Aftermath was getting his little ass slapped around by Derek Zane in another place in another time. Let's not forget that the guy that had this title before greatness was given that shot by Vince. And when he went crying to Vince about how Derek Zane was coming for what was rightfully Zane's, Aftermath left him high and dry because Vince knows not to screw around with Derek Zane. So he's going to send out his little minions, his little pocket Well, we're not going to use that word here because you're a lady, allegedly, and Derek Zane's got too much class to make that statement. But let's just say it's not Sabrina that's pulling the cords here. It's one brown note aftermath.
Well, I think this, little witchy poo Hagatha is pulling something. But anyways, that's for a different show,
Pulling
folks.
pud.
Now, whether you deem them quality talent or not, Uncle Bobby and Chris Hollywood are vying for the number one contender spot right now for the chance. And that's shining a little belt there. Do you have a preference of which one of these men you'd rather face on November the 11th?
Look, it does not matter which of these two bumbling jackasses win and end up facing Derek Zane at Full Circle. What matters to Derek Zane is, again, the manipulations, the machinations, the nonsense going on behind the scenes. Let's lay it all out here on the table there, Fire. Derek Zane
right.
is a champion that Vince Aftermath cannot control, and that annoys him. More importantly, that terrifies him. You know it. Zane knows it. Each and every one of those little unibrow, drool-dripping knuckle draggers out there watching this right now, they know it. Derek Zane is his own man. Derek Zane has always been his own man. Derek Zane is the mountain. Derek Zane shall remain the mountain. And the only thing that could possibly stop that from being is manipulation and screwery back behind the scenes.
Well, I mean, you obviously think everything of yourself, so, and you're always reminding people, of course, that Derek Zane, it's the only name that you need to know. What steps are you going to take to keep that name relative in the season coming up after this?
Seriously, you're going to waste Derek Zane's valuable time with such a softball question as that? You've had the opportunity to watch Derek Zane do what Derek Zane does in the ring. You've seen what Derek Zane is capable of. What more does Derek Zane need to do to get that point hammered home in that giant, thick knuckle skull of yours?
All right. I'll give you that one. That you're completely right. I mean, when Derek Zane comes out or on a show, whatever, and starts to speak, you definitely command all attention. And whether it's good or bad, all right, I'll give you that.
That's all a point of opinion. And like all everybody's a-hole, they all stink, except Zane's.
Of course. Roses, right? But, all right. So if you manage to win at Full Circle, whether it's Mr. Hollywood or Uncle Bobbert, how you plan on celebrating? Big party? My invitation in the mail?
If. There is no doubt that Derek Zane's going to be walking into that building, the champion, and walking right back out, still with the gold on his shoulder. How does Derek Zane plan to spend the rest of that day? Well, like his boys on the Dodgers who are just this day celebrating their World Series victory, Derek Zane's going to have a lot of champagne. Derek Zane's going to have a lot of beer. Derek Zane's going to have a lot of beautiful women all around. It's going to be a good time. If you're in early enough, you might just get a chance to be a part of the fun. If not, that's on you.
Oh, yeah, I can smell a party from 100 miles away. I'll be there.
I think they call that something else, Fire, and you should probably get it checked.
Well, that's a possibility. But, I don't have time. Too many parties to go to. Now, all right. So let's wrap this up a little bit. Do you have any final words that you would like to share with the fans out there? I mean, I know you have to have at least one fan, right? Maybe.
That, Fire, is probably the lowest I've ever heard you sink, and I've seen you crawl out from underneath the desk after a holiday bender. So you've got me so annoyed. I'm talking about that jabroni Hollywood already. Let's put it this way. Final words for those knuckle-dragging unibrow hee-haws. When you get up in the morning and you walk into that bathroom, that little 5x5 hovel that you live in, and you look into that grimy mirror, what is staring back at you is not greatness. And I want each and every one of you to remember this. When you look in that mirror, you are not looking into the face of greatness because you are not looking back and seeing Derek Zane. Derek Zane is greatness. You do not look like Zane. And that is why Derek Zane is, Derek Zane shall be, and Derek Zane always will be the only name that any of you needs to know. Now, you can take that to the bank. And with that, I say, tip your wait staff and enjoy the veal.
All right. Well, Derek Zane, thank you so much for being here today, answering these few questions that were on everybody's mind. I know. Don't forget, guys, Full Circle is coming up on November 12th at 1 p.m. Second Life time. It will be at the Northwood T Nightfire Arena. Tickets are on sale. The closer we get to the day, though, guys, the price is going to go up. You don't want to miss this. This is Attitude Overload Rise. All of PW's big stars will be there. You don't want to miss any of the action. That's going to be it for now for me. So until next time, keep the party going.
Now,
Bye.
Fire, remember, it's chlamydia, not clamata. You want to get one checked on and the other one you want to drink. Don't screw that up again.
Why make one mistake and you're never going to let me live that down? Ugh.